YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage back, and I'm going to show you some more Bactria campaign, but a lot of you have asked me, what is Bactria's unit roster like? Well, I have that here for you. I'm going to go ahead and push play. I was hoping that my enemies would just sit on their butt. This is just a custom battle. But up here I've got all the Bactrian units laid out in their different groups. So up front is their shock cavalry. They have Bactrian Royal Cav, which is kind of like companions, except they have those cool kind of wing things going on in the back, kind of like winged hussars. They have Hellenic Cataphracts, so that's their 2 shock cav. On the melee cav front, they've got these guys here, I believe are, I think they're citizen cav. Yep, that's citizen cav. Here they've got one of these. I'm just gonna have to turn this on for a second. So here they've got Bactrian Noble Horse, which is a little bit better melee cav. I'll leave this on so you can see the stats too. And then right here we have Bactrian Light Horse, which is a very fast, cheap unit. All their horsemen look fairly similar. Here we've got a Indian Armored Elephant and an Indian War Elephant, which is their 2 varieties of elephants. Behind them we have all the Skirmisher Cav. These are Mercenary Tarentine Cav. Light Missile Cav here, which is a Bow Cav. Then we've got a Horse Skirmisher here, which is, of course, Javelin Armed Horse. And then we've got these Horse Archers. And then medium, or Bactrian Horse Archers, which is a little bit more armor to them. In the infantry line, we've got Bactrian Hillmen, which are axe-armed guys here with 16 AP damage. We've got Bactrian Royal Guard, which is a heavy hoplite unit. I'll click on them too, just so you can see if they have any abilities. Here we've got Eastern Spearmen, which are pretty much garbage. Very cheap. Heavy, we got Levy Pikemen here.
Ready for orders.
Pikemen, just the regular variety.
Spear infantry.
We got some Scale Thorax Hoplites. These guys are an interesting unit. I'm actually going to pause it for a second because I don't want the enemy getting to me. These Scale Thorax Hoplites, if you'll take a look at their stats here, they have melee defense of 63, which is higher than your typical hoplite, especially at that cost. Still pretty low weapon damage and melee attack, and they even don't have a very good charge bonus. These guys are meant to be used in a defensive formation. And if I put them in hoplite, well, I'm just curious. We'll push play, get them into hoplite wall, and see. It goes all the way up to 95. That's pretty impressive. One thing I did notice, or at least I thought I noticed it. Yeah, look, the Bactrian Royal Guard is a hoplite unit, but doesn't have hoplite wall. For some reason, all they have square in, but they do have frenzied charge, which is interesting to give them. Anyway, let's go back into pausing here. Just got some Thorax Pikemen here, which is their best pike unit. They don't have any elite pikes. And then they've got this Thorax Swordsman, which is a pretty weak sword unit. This guy would get torn up even by a Libyan infantry. Not very great here. Decent melee defense and armor, but all sword units have that. And with that kind of attack, these guys are going to get chewed up. We can take a look at their weapon damage, though. Yeah, pretty standard for swords. Alright, and then they have Thurio Spears as well, which have rapid advance. Just a basic spear unit there. Back here we have the Foot Skirmishers, which is all through this line. They have access to quite a number. Persian Light Archers. Peltist here, which is a cool unit. They've got Mercenary Syrian Archers. Light Peltist, which is right here. They've got these elite Persian archers. Eastern Slingers, which you can see there. Eastern Javelin Men. These guys have 45 attack and come pretty cheap. A very handy unit against heavy infantry factions here. Especially if you take a look at these Javelin Men. Their missile damage has 11 armor piercing. So quite good. Bactrian Peltist, which is an interesting unit. They have a lot more armor and melee defense than your typical skirmisher unit, so it's supposed to be a little bit heavier skirmisher. In the very back line I have their artillery pieces that they have access to, so you can see here they've got some Greek Heavy Onager, Greek Scorpion, Greek Ballista, Greek Giant Ballista, and then we have a Greek Onager, and a Greek Polybolus, or however you say that, which is a faster firing Scorpion basically. Anyway, that is the Bactrian unit lineup. Hope you all got some information out of that, and maybe you know a little bit more about the Bactrian faction at this point. So let's get back over to our campaign, which I will go ahead and get started at this point. So let's load it up. Load the campaign. Alright. I'm pretty excited about this Bactria campaign. I think it'll be pretty fun. I've heard a lot of back and forth on this Bactria thing. What's funny is that I hear a lot of people screaming at CA to release free DLC for payback because they didn't like the way the game was released. And then they released this, and I see tons of people who are hating on it. And it's just kind of like, I mean, this game had issues when it was released, but I mean, the campaign in Rome 2 is crazy fun, in my opinion. And some people say it's missing this, it's missing that, it should have had this. Well, we could talk all day long about any Total War game and what it should have had or what it could have had, but they didn't. And I know some of you are frustrated, and I'm not trying to take that away from you. If you are, it's your opinion, and I can't get you to change it. I'm just telling you why I am the way I am towards the game. I find it to be very fun. I have no desire to go back and play Shogun 2 right now because I find this game so fun. If you don't agree with me and you like the other ones better, then by all means, go play those ones. And I just continue to put your feedback on the forum for CA and other people to see, and I think that's the way to help drive the games in the direction that maybe makes us all happy. But I'm pretty thrilled with this game so far. It took a lot of patches, and the worst thing I think that happened, obviously, is that through all the patches, a lot of people got frustrated and quit playing and haven't come back. I think that's going to be the biggest challenge for CA to overcome. And I hope it happens because I do find the game to be quite fun. And we have the Caesar and Gaul expansion coming up, which is supposed to add like kind of a smaller, more focused campaign with a lot more options. That ought to be interesting as well. I'd like to take a look at it. It's going to have seasons, and there's going to be effects of the seasons on the campaign, supposedly. I haven't really watched the latest news that they put out about it. I'll go check it out, though, and give you all an update. In any case, let's keep things going. I'm going to unlock the strategist here because I want to unlock night battles, show you all some night battles. I've been getting ready to do that in my Carthage campaign as well. That's pretty much all I need to do to end this turn. I know I have a bunch of money, but there's nothing for me to spend it on at the moment. My cities are being upgraded about as much as they need to or should be. So Carthage is taking a minute to end its turn there. Maybe the Punic Wars have been started off. The Masagate retreated, which is interesting. So my hero has increased in rank. I'm going to have to counter some rumors. And I'm getting sick of countering rumors, so I might try and assassinate some of these guys. What's this going on? A young member of a rival family has found himself with serious debts. Perhaps we can use this to our advantage. Demand a bribe, blackmail their family, leak it, or do nothing. I'm going to do the honorable thing and do nothing. Let's see if we can get rid of some of these guys from this other faction. Teach them a lesson for spreading rumors about me. Let's see if they spread rumors about this. Let's see. That's right. Spread rumors about that, chump. I don't see you spreading rumors anymore. That's what happens when you spread rumors, folks. Heir's going to tell you today, it's not good to gossip. Alright, so let's keep things going. Looks like we need to do some upgrades in Cath. I'm trying to remember what's up with this whole training field thing. I think this is where you can branch off. Yeah, so let's see. Horse pens, so that gives me better cavalry stuff. And then we can do better infantry or skirmishers. Man, better skirmishers would be cool. Not sure I want to focus this province on military, though. May not be the best place to recruit from. I think I'll just focus it on economy for now. I already have a, I don't know, though. I don't know. It might be a good place for me to build the stables. And I'm thinking that comes down the line of the muster field here. Yeah, so I can build the stables. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just right-clicking that, by the way, to get the Total War Encyclopedia, if you all aren't familiar with that. Let's do the Agora to get some income off of it, or possibly food, depending on what we need most. And then I'll go ahead and build the muster field. Alright, so I think we're set there. These cities are increasing in happiness. And let's see if this one's come under Hellenic. Yeah, it's majority Hellenic. It looks like I can convert culture pretty quick. And I think once we do this, we'll be ready to proceed to the next turn. Okay, so this will give me more assassination and coercion. I'm going to go with that one for now. Campaign's off to a relatively simple start here, but who knows? The Seleucids aren't going to like me. That's going to be a pretty big confrontation. It's possible, though, their satrapies will fall apart, diplomatically speaking, and I might be able to capitalize on that and join them. It was too late for the young man. He was involved with some very unsavory characters who did not appreciate his lack of money. He was found dead in his own home. His family never discovered the killer or the reason. Well, I guess it makes me feel better not spreading rumors about him since he got assassinated. It wouldn't have really helped his family feel any better about the situation. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this. It's going to leave me with very little food left. Let me make sure that that's a good idea. I might be upgrading somewhere else. Oh, yeah, okay, I'm not. So, and we can build another farm here. So let's do that. I could use the food. And we need to upgrade this building as well. Let's go ahead and do it in Cath first. Okay, and we'll see if we have enough left to do it in the other one. I think we will, but we'll do it just to be sure. I don't want to end up with a food storage and have desertion and a bunch of other stuff going on. Let's see if I can leave this city behind and go attack the Masagate. Looks like I can. It's going to take me a while to to get to their city. It's quite some ways off, but I'm not going to go into forced march because I'm worried about getting ambushed. We should be alright out there. Of course, if we get caught on the open steppe, that's really going to favor the horse archer factions. Not so much me. And I've seen some comments from some of you all that are playing on Legendary and talking about how hard this is. I could imagine it's pretty challenging on Legendary because these horse archer factions will get all kinds of buffs to their units and really kill you quite badly. So that wouldn't surprise me. Look, the Masagate are going to end around me down there. Of course, they may not know my army is moving towards their city, so I'm going to continue marching to their city, and I can use my other army to slow these guys down if I have to. Okay, so we've finished our research, so I should be able to build a stable now, which is cool. Ooh, and that'll let us build a satrap stable and a horse corral. I'm going to go ahead and start researching that. Get some really good cav going. I don't use cav a lot in the campaign, so I want to make use of it. Okay, our army is getting very close to their city. Ooh, and they have another army here, probably full of horse archers, no doubt. And some of you made the point that maybe hoplites would be better against the horse archers. That's a pretty good point. They probably would. It looks like I can train Bactrian horse archers, Bactrian light horse, and citizen cav with this building, so definitely going to build that. And I would like some good income. Let's see, so if this does +2 Eastern cultural influence, and this building's giving +3 Hellenic, I ought to be able to overcome that and offset it. And if I build this Satrap's Resident, I get +, wealth, + public order, +1 experience for dignitaries, and it provides a Bactrian Royal Guard and Persian Light Archers in the defense. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, because I think that the penalty will be outweighed by this other building. So that ought to work out in my favor. I'm going to upgrade this building here, just get a little more income. Doing alright so far. Okay, let's see if anybody ranked up. They didn't. So let's go ahead and end the turn. I'll be interested to see if the Masagate turn back to try and come help me. Nope, they're going to go for Cath. I'm pretty sure I can defend Cath, especially if they're like a horse-heavy faction. Probably shouldn't be too bad for me. I've got stone walls. So my spy has increased in rank. Mission issued. Muster an army. Where do they want me to do it? Amul? Why would I need to muster another army? Seems kind of foolish. I guess I could. We can expand Amul here too, and I'm going to just build some more farms. Just want to get my food up, get some agricultural stuff going on. Okay. I don't know why these guys are damaged, but we're about to assault their town here. I'll check it out. One of their spies was following behind me. Fortunately for me, though, he wasn't able to get my general, and then we got another horse archer spam with young axes and a general. We'll go ahead and fight them in the city, because it ought to give me a good chance to pin them up with all my skirmishers and infantry. So let's go ahead and assault the Masagate town here. And I think we're going to really want to stamp out these nomads as quick as we can, because there's no way that any of them are going to have peace with us. It's not going to happen with that -45 penalty. unless I subjugate them. And even then it makes me wonder if the penalty applies after I subjugate them, because then they'd probably still turn against me, which would be pretty funny. But you know, it might be fun to try and subjugate one of these little factions. Can you just imagine like hordes of horses running around helping me on the campaign map? I don't think I would mind that. So let's start the deployment. See what kind of little city this is. Cool, kind of looks like Stonehenge up here. Alright, well let's just go ahead and get deployed. I'm gonna see what the best place. I think my slingers would probably have the best chance if I come from this direction. Okay. I'm actually not gonna split up my army. I want to keep my guys around each other so I can support all my units. I got another hillman. Somehow I missed them. There we go. Let's take these guys out of fire at will. Take them off skirmish. There we go. And let's move up. I'm hoping... Here. Let's go into general view, just for fun. Here's the view from my general's horse unit. And let's see, we're moving up into range. There's some young axes there and a horde of horse archers behind them. I just want to be able to get my slingers after the horse archers. The enemy general would be a tempting target as well. Okay, let's just push up a little closer. Get within range. Alright. And I'm going to take these two units, angle them down that alley. Take these two units, angle them here. And I'm going to put some spears right behind both units. Okay. No. I know you're on fire at will, but let's shoot at a worthwhile target. Shoot those steppe horse archers back there.
Orders, my lord. Pikemen! As you command.
My guys are shooting at the young axes. Not the best use of their ammo, but whatever. I'm gonna redeploy those guys and put them on fire at will because I don't want to lose track of them and let them go off chasing. Almost looked like the enemy general was gonna run out and charge me, but he's stopped short. Precision shot. Some of you were kind of wondering what it does. It just does missile damage. I'll go ahead and turn it on. I've seen some tests where people used it and it didn't quite do what they thought it would. What are you guys aiming at? Oh, they're shooting over there. Good grief. I'm just gonna have to... Whatever, I'll just let those guys change their target in a minute. They're doing alright, whatever they're doing, firing at those Thurio spears. I'm definitely bringing down some horse archers. These guys are wasting their ammo, though. They're just hitting the side of a building. I'm going to turn them to where their arc of fire doesn't cover these units over here and see if they'll redirect their fire over here. Let's see where they start firing at here. I prefer that they go shooting down this way and not over to the other side. There we go. Should be getting some more damaging shots at this point. Oh, those young axes are going to eat it. I've got plenty of ammo, and I'll bet you there's some research I can do to increase the ammo. I think there was some stuff with Carthage, but at least increased it during a siege. Maybe not just on a standard battle map. Those steppe spearmen are getting destroyed by my slingers. And then the stones that miss are hitting these steppe horse archers behind them. So these horse archers... The enemy general just got killed too. Yes, my slingers are going to decimate these guys. But again, the people who are talking about playing on Legendary, it wouldn't be this easy. We all know that the AI gets some buffs and stuff on Legendary, so I'm sure it wouldn't go over quite so swell.
Orders understood.
Come on, give me both those units. There we go. Just trying to keep my pikemen nearby so that I can protect as needed. these tribesmen getting shot to bits by my slingers as well, and I still have my javelin men in reserve as needed. Just moving up these slingers so that hopefully I can get better shots. Are you all having some problem deciding on a target? What the heck are they doing? Doing the shield dance? Everybody do the shield dance. Uh-huh. Oh yeah. Working out. Alright. Don't know what I just did there, folks. I apologize. Alright. Start firing your slings, dorks. Thank you. Never seen them doing the sling dance there. Maybe they're having trouble deciding which target's the right one. Are we gonna fire? I mean, you are at fire at will, and you're within range. Whatever. Manual targeting it is. These guys are doing the slinger dance now too. Check that out. Oh yeah. It's like, oh, psych. Huh? Go ahead, shoot your arrows. Psych, psych. That's right. So I think they're trying to psych out the horse archers. I'll just do some manual targeting here. The AI does a lot of shifting around though, which is the reason why I was trying to use fire at will, because they'll shift around and your guys will go chasing forward and get caught sometimes. Get some nice hit on those tribesmen there. Get some good hits on all these horse archers here too. Of course, there's quite a few of them firing back at me. I'm taking a few casualties, but since they're using flaming arrows and they're all bunched up, it's not really going to serve their purpose very well. Let's change our target over to here. Yeah, getting lots of kills on these horse archers. I'm going to target one of those units in the back. I'll turn on the targeted shot again. I'm going to hit those step archers real quick. This probably isn't going to be all that exciting, because I'm definitely going to use my skirmishers. I don't want to go trying to chase these cav.
The battle is turning in our favor.
Okay, a good number of their horse archers are dead. Dropping rather quickly.
Fire on the enemy!
Retarget there.
We await your orders.
Right now I'm killing those step archers who are firing back at me here. They're the guys in these nice lime green tunics here, apparently trying to impersonate Robin Hood's merry men. Okay, all of the units in this vicinity are routing, and Yep, okay. That's it. So many of the AI died that they've started to rout, so didn't even have to use my infantry. That was an all-slinger battle. You can see them getting a lot of kills. Some of you even have silver chevrons at this point, which is pretty sweet. I wonder in campaign, though, if the chevrons do the same thing as they do in multiplayer, because in multiplayer, the chevrons are pretty worthless on most units. Especially on missile units, since it doesn't increase their missile attack, it just increases their melee attack. And it's like, who uses missiles for melee? So I do have the option to subjugate these guys, but I'm not going to. I don't want to subjugate them. The Roxolani are next in line up here. Wonder. Okay, so there's not any provinces way out here. So Sarai is our next stop, and this Masagate army is going to probably attack me here because they're going to be under attrition. I can make it all the way to Kath here by going into a forced march. And a spy can have their stuff increased here. Tempt and poison. Campaign movement range. Plus 12 wealth and plus 3 cultural influence. That's pretty cool. Plus 6 public order. Good grief, that's probably what's holding this province together. Let's go with the coercion and poison. That could come in handy later. And it wanted me to raise an army and a mule. I didn't really want to, but whatever. Let's see, other nobles, other nobles. All I have is these guys, these like other ones. Oh well. Let's see. Let's raise an army here. Maybe we can hire this guy and then like adopt him. Let's see, what's this guy? Dryops, Diogenes, and Cheriton. Let's see who we have in here. Cheriton. statesman. So maybe if we go here, recruit one of these dudes, we can buy them off. This guy has a -2 resistance occupation, so let's select his bodyguard unit, and let's put him in a Hellenic cataphract. That'll be fun. We got 500 at the treasury for that, so
I want hourly patrols.
he wants hourly patrols, folks. Hourly. No more, no less. Okay, I think we're good for now. Let's go ahead and end this turn. Oh, never mind. Let's not end this turn.
Ready for
Let's
battle.
go assign this. And I think I can put out another formidable spearmen, accomplished skirmishers. I'm going to do the accomplished skirmishers since I've been skirmishing a lot. And then I'm going to throw a warrior on here. And then the next one, I think I should be able to upgrade it to the point where I can do night battles. What was I going to do? Oh, I was going to check to see if I could issue another edict. And I think I can. I can't there. Or there. Already got 2 edicts going. I'm guessing that's probably all I can do. Yep, never mind. No more edicts. Don't know what I was smoking. Ooh, Masagate gonna run around my army and head for some of my less well-defended cities, so we're gonna have to chase them down.
Are widely admired,
These guys want a
and
defensive
I humbly
alliance,
request that you consider us
and they already have a military ally with these countries that I would like to be friendly with. So I'm gonna accept this. They probably are doing that because I don't like the Seleucids and they're looking for more allies, so that seems like a relevant move by the AI there. It's kind of interesting to not have everybody hate you. Alright, well I'm going to have to take these guys out of force march. We'll put them into no stance and we'll start chasing this Masagate army.
And honor.
I can't quite get to them on this turn because they're on the forced march. Okay.
Ready for orders.
Need to rebuild this town here. That's probably what I was supposed to do the last turn that I forgot about. Which means those people are going to be no less thrilled about my occupation since I can't seem to remember them. They're like, oh great, our new fearless leader, he's doing so much for us. Alright, looks like we can end this turn, or never mind, I always forget. We usually have a skill to assign, and it's for my champion, so not upset about that. Let's see, what is this? +2 public order. Adventure +10 wealth from that stuff. Cunning, authority, zeal, assault patrol. Let's give this guy increased campaign movement map range, especially since we're way out here in the sticks. We have a long ways to travel in between cities because Sarai is way up there. Check out the Masagate are going to run an assault on this city down here, and they don't even have a very good chance of taking it. I've got Eastern Spearmen, a Levy Pikemen, some Mob, and some Slingers, and it's giving me pretty good chances. So I'm just going to auto-resolve, and let's see, costly victory. Looks like the balanced stance gives me the best resolve there. So looks like we're going to beat down the Masagate and embarrass them. They are homeless now, truly nomadic now that I've taken away their home. I'm going to kill their captives in a barbaric manner and send them packing. And now they're going to get mopped up by my my main army there. Looks like they damaged my general unit pretty good in that auto-resolve, but that's fine. I'll take it. Plague, huh? Oh, one of my allies' armies. Stay away, folks. Stay away. Those guys are quite plaguish.
Commander. Destroy them.
Alright, I'm going to put these dogs down. The Masagate are destroyed. Looks like we got some military traditions in my general. So I'm going to go again with the accomplished skirmishers. And then let's go with strategist on this one as well. I want to open up the night battles because it'll prevent enemies from being able to it'll prevent them from being able to have reinforcements if I do a night battle, which can come in quite handy from time to time. That's awesome. I got the satraps thing done. Wow. +5 public order. Bactrian Royal Guard. It gives you 2 Bactrian Royal Guard. Good grief. That's not a bad building to put in a place that you want to defend. You'd have to be able to offset the Eastern cultural influence, though, which I'm pretty sure I am. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, it's just going to stay Hellenic. Okay, well, nothing we need to do or can do down there. We can, however, go ahead and build a temple in this province to start spreading our influence, and it looks like Sarai and this other town, Jalanis, are the two. Man, that is way out there. Way out there. Conquering the Roxolani might take a little while, but oh well, we'll get it done. So it looks like we're spreading to the north right now, and we have allies to the east. Parthia is allied with a faction that we like, so let's see if we can get something out of them. So let's initiate diplomacy.
Please be seated and take wine to cool the head before
First,
we hit the day.
not
with
interested in the
words.
trade agreement. How about a defensive alliance? No. Military alliance? No. Okay, Parthia is interested in nothing. That's fine. Let's see. Nicosia, treacherous, huh? They seem to be very friendly with me, so hopefully they don't change their mind. I think we're doing alright, folks. I think we're doing alright. I'm going to let these people hold down the fort back here, because, you know, I'm defensively allied with them, so it only makes sense. We'll just let things stay there. Alright. Oh, cool. Check it out, man. The city way down here, too. Alright. Don't know why I was just looking around there, but I was. Do we have a stables here? Yes, we do. That means I'm going to recruit some horse into this army. Bactrian light horse, citizen cav. Citizen cav wouldn't be bad. These Bactrian horse archers would be pretty cool. They have pretty good melee attack, actually, and pretty stout weapon damage. They've got no real charge bonus, but they've got decent arm. Well, not real good armor. Only fair so-so health. Better than the Bactrian light horse for sure. Well, I don't know. The Bactrian light horse have a lot bigger melee defense, so the archers don't have any melee defense. That's a big downside. These citizen cav aren't a whole lot better than the light horse. Trying to think what kind of cab I want to bring with me. These guys have a charge though, which helps. Still not the exact type of cab that I hope to bring. I'm gonna hold on. Well, you know, I'll go ahead and recruit a couple of Bactrian horse archers.
Sign up, lads, for a good and glorious life.
And we'll get more soon. I've got to wait until we finish building some stuff in this town. Oh, need to
At your command.
upgrade this guy here. +5 morale for all units, +1. Yeah, I'm going to go with +5 morale. Start off on the strategist line there too. Sweet. Getting pretty close to the end of this episode, so I think we'll cut it off on the next turn.
Turn your mighty fist.
HeirofCarthage wants me to join the war against Media. I'll take that because I want to keep these guys on my side. Just want to keep them happy with me. And I don't have any particular reason to worry about Media right now as well. They must be aligned with the Seleucids, I'm guessing. Okay, those guys are still plaguing out.
Commander. At your command.
Got some Bactrian horse archers here now. A couple more turns and we can build the satrap stable. Okay, this place is turning around a little bit. We can build a Hellenistic village here. Gonna go ahead and do that because I got plenty of food for the time being. Alright, let's go ahead and end one more turn on this particular campaign. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this temple too. I have no reason not to. I've got plenty of food. It'll help drive the public order for the time in which I don't keep my
Will
armies
you not
around.
give our people a little gold? You have much,
Now check
and
that
our
out.
people do not wish to become the slaves of envy.
They want me to pay them for a non-aggression pact, though, and that's not going to happen. Keep dreaming. If you want to pay me, you got yourself a deal. So one of my viewers commented on the last video, it said like minus 45 when I was talking about the morale penalty. Oh, what is this? They made an assassination. They failed to assassinate him, but he was wounded. And who did they wound? My general, who was up on the front lines. I swear, those punks are getting assassinated. Like, all kinds of assassinated. I guess we'll just take this guy, +1 authority. Yeah, I'll take this one. Oh my gosh, yeah, these guys are so getting assassinated. I've had enough of this crap. Alright, so you wounded my general, which makes me pretty unhappy. I still secured him a promotion while he was wounded, so choke on that. I'm going to secure promotion for both my guys, in fact, to show you how you stink. And I've got these two guys as generals, so I say we try and assassinate this punk. He's the one leading them anyway. Failed to assassinate him, but he was wounded whilst trying to escape his attackers. Well, at least we gave him a little roughing up there to teach him what he's going to get if he keeps it up. And then, of course, I'll just replace this general with the one that I had previously as soon as he recovers from his wounds. Stupid punk. Alright, so let's see. Probably going to go with this one, +4 public order and +2 Hellenic cultural influence. Alright, well, I think that's where we're going to stop with our assassination attempts, for this episode at least. Next episode, it looks like we'll be marching north to Sarai to take on the Roxolani. Hope you enjoyed it. HeirofCarthage signing off for now.